you for coming to your mats today. I'm Lindsay, and this is the beautiful Power Life community. Do each of you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
I'm Patty. This is Ming.
I'm Mary Jean. Okay. Let's all start in this posture that I've got them in already, which is like a half shoelace with your top leg, and then a straight bottom leg. And you can lessen the severity of this by maybe even coming to a tree leg instead. But I'll have you take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, just start to fold forward until you feel about 85% sensation. And most of the time, I don't need to go very far in order to find that. Connect in with that steady stream of breath now, in and out, this very natural capacity. And let the rest of the world fall away as you come into your time and your practice. Today's sequence was born out of the fact that I did the most boring household chore ever this week. I finally got around after 7 years to cleaning the giant chandeliers in my great room. There's 2 of them. And I've paid to have them cleaned before, they weren't cleaned well, and finally I was like, we are taking these babies and we're taking off every single crystal and we're bathing it and we're shining it and we're going to rehang it. Take your breath out. Breathe in, slowly wrinkle up. On your exhale, extend your top leg out. Good, let's do the other side. Go ahead and set up for half shoelace pose, second side. Take a moment to fidget, to wiggle, to make sure your calf meat is rolled out and that your ankle is stretched. Big breath in, and exhale to fold forward to that 85% sensation. So there's 2 chandeliers, they're exactly the same. And the other day, I actually got to rehang the first chandelier's crystals. All of a sudden, I heard this audible gasp from both of my children. They were like, Mom, oh my God, look at this, you have to come see. And I stood back and I looked. And it had like rainbows bouncing off of every single little facet. It was luminescent. And the kids said that they felt like they lived in a palace. And then immediately, we looked over at the other chandelier, which was disgusting in comparison. And we were all like, oh my God, we can't believe we lived with it like this for that long. And yoga's just like that mundane household chore. It's a little bit more exciting, but it's a purification process. It's meant to remove that cloudiness that dulls our shine. Today will be all about purification, or sausha as we call it, in our yoga. Take your exhale. Breathe in, wrinkle all the way up. As you exhale, come to a steady seat. Let's do some skull shining breath. If you've never done it before, this is as weird as it's going to get today. On every exhale, you'll just forcefully pull the belly in and back, and we'll just do little puffs through the nose. Come with me now. Ready? Hands to the abdomen. Good. Start to fire up that breath. Short little puffs through the nose. Stay with it now. Belly cinches in with every exhale. And you can just feel it tighten, almost like you're about to take a punch to the belly. And this is a really nice pranayama or breath exercise to purify. Continue with it, not only purifying the blood, but also purifying the mind with a focus on the breath. "15 more seconds, you got it. Stick with it. Elongate through your spine. Feel that pull of the abdomen. Start to squeeze into the internal organs. Nice, I can hear it now. I can hear it. Inhale, arms up and overhead. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Dedicate your practice to your deepest intention for coming to your mat today. Breathe it in. Exhale, hands to your knees. Let's start with some cat-cows. Breathe in, look up, arc through your spine. And exhale, opposite direction. Breathe in, cow. And exhale, cat. Breathe in, last time, cow. Shrug your shoulders open, illuminate through your chest. And exhale, cat. Run all dog. This will be our home-based posture for 5 breaths between every single sun salutation. So feel that even pressure throughout all 10 finger pads. Feel the drape of your ears away from the tips of your shoulder blades and start to relax the heels down and back some. Breathe in, lift your heels. Exhale, fold in half at the top of your mat, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Let your head go entirely. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart, salutation. Breathe in, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Fold back in half. Breathe in, halfway lift, please. And exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Nice sweetness to counteract that strength. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. I'm a big fan of this kind of old school Ashtanga blueprint of taking those flowy postures, breath movement, and then finding that sweet stillness. Noticing, because it's the act of noticing that really brings the purification process to light. If I don't notice what's dirty or what's obscured or clouded, how am I to actually care for it? Breathe in, heels come up. Exhale, forward fold, top of your mat. Let's go again. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, mountain pose. Take up space, get big and bright. Exhale, hands to heart center. Breathe in, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. You might notice some different forms around the room. You pick yours. Inhale for up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. And please know that more is not always better. So if you need a child's pose as a resting point, I really like that gentleness in my practice. It is still purifying, it's still transformative, even when it's a hair bit more gentle. So do tweak according to what you need. Breathe in, lift your heels one last time. Exhale, forward fold, come to the top of your space. Breathe in, halfway lift, please. And exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, mountain pose, root through your feet, reach through your fingers. Exhale, hands to heart center. Breath in, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Great pace, everybody. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. I like to skip these. I don't know if anyone knows that. If you do these videos often at home, I say it every time, but I think it's important. 5 breaths, downward facing dog. So we'll change it up a bit. And what I like about the Ashtanga Yoga blueprint, they do the same postures every time, and don't worry, we're not doing the whole Ashtanga primary series, I will tweak it, is that on sun salutation letter B, they don't lift the leg, and it ups the respiration. So listen very carefully as we flow. Here we go, sun B. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, forward fold, top of your mat. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. And exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Breathe in, upward facing dog. Here's the change. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg steps through right away for low lunge. Breathe in, warrior 1. Back heel down. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Breathe in, upward facing dog. Same change here. Exhale, downward dog. Left leg steps through for low lunge. Breathe in, warrior 1. And exhale, chaturanga dandasana. So now you get that little flow. And after this, 5 breaths, downward facing dog. Ooh. And perhaps one of the most satisfying things about practicing outside of the studio is noticing that you can affect that temperature change, that fire and that transformation all on your own without an outside force. We like the heat, but we don't always have to have it. We can create it ourselves. Begin to notice how that practice builds up your heat. Breathe in, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breath out, fold all the way back in half. Breathe in, chair. Breath out, forward fold. Breath in, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Breathe in, Urdhva, upward dog, chest leads. Exhale, down dog, low lunge on the right, steps through. Breathe in, warrior one, come all the way up. And exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Breathe in, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog, left leg steps through for low lunge. Breathe in, warrior one, it's a little quicker. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Are we feeling this? Little different, yes, a little bit different. Thank you for bearing with. And just 5 more breaths in downward facing dog. Look at your heels, make sure you can't see them. They're hidden directly behind that third toe. You begin to elongate even more so through the connective tissue of the Achilles. And just one more round, here we go. Inhale, look forward, and exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, refold and let go. Breathe in, chair pose. Breath out, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. And exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Breathe in, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog, right leg steps through. Breathe in, warrior one. Breath out, Chaturanga. Breathe in, up dog. Breath out, down dog, left leg steps through. Breathe in, warrior one. Breath out, Chaturanga Dandasana. There it is. Breathe in. Totally let go, 5 breaths. And now I'm going to go up the Ashtanga root. And we're going to start to play and tease out some of the postures from this nice foundation that you have laid. Push your weight up and back out of your wrists. Yeah. Breathe in, lift your heels. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, chair pose. And I'll do it from the side so you can see. Exhale, drinking bird. So we'll releve. You can't even see my feet there. There we go. There we go. We'll lift our heels and airplane the torso. Yeah. And I'll tell you that you're not getting out of this without falling at least thrice today. It's a very challenging sort of balance sequence because we need that sort of challenge to get into those inner pockets and clean out some of the stuff. Take your exhale. Breathe in, single leg mountain, your left knee lifts. And exhale, figure 4 pose. Pause to breathe. If you're at home, you might want a block or something toward the top of your mat. You can pause the video and get anything that you want there. And just make sure the breath doesn't stop. There's still a very nice ebb and flow. Good. Tailbone down and back. On your exhale, take your peace fingers to your big toe on the same side. Exhale. Breathe in, standing hand to foot pose. And breathe. So we're here. And the great thing is if you have strong hamstrings, you don't even have to push that far forward to feel a really nice stretch. Allow your left hip to pull back some. Allow your attitude to be awesome. That's half the battle, right? Breathe in. And as you exhale, full airplane pose. We'll pause here in full airplane. I'd like you to lead with your heart. Can you feel your heart space sort of guide you over and forward? Very good. And sometimes there's turbulence. Who cares, right? If we fall, we simply get back up. We don't need to layer on other reactions. Exhale, land in low lunge, please. Breathe in, full crescent pose. Pause and breathe. Lower your center of gravity. Back heel is up this time, nice. And if you do want to soften through that elbow joint, it can be a nice way to settle the shoulders down and back some. Breathe in, palms kiss. And exhale, revolved crescent to the right. Breathe here. Puff up your chest toward your hands. Good adjustments, everybody. I can see you on the screen. Make sure your back leg is on. Sometimes we forget about that back leg. It is our counter. Exhale. Breathe in, simply open your arms and continue to breathe. If you want a little bit more of a balance challenge, your chin could go upward. My back knee is always down here. Again, softer practice. Now listen here for the change. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, windmill through star and over toward the back of the mat for Skandasana. Big old move here. Cool, and I'll say it every time, this can be too deep in a lot of your joints, so you might be here, and more of just like a half lunge sort of situation. Figure out where you want to be. Take an exhale. On your breath in, right arm high. Gaze at your thumb, push into your left inner thigh with your left arm. Breathe in. Breath out, low lunge, top of your mat. Yeah, toward the top, good. Breathe in, three-legged dog. Right leg will come up and back. Exhale, chaturanga. If you're still into them, you might be over them at this point. Breathe in, Urdhva. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Now this is kind of cool. If you take a pause here, you'll notice by comparing the two sides, the kind of work that you've already done, kind of looking at those chandeliers and noticing. We've got two sides. Normally I say comparison is the thief of joy, but in this case, very useful. Let's remedy to the other side. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold, the top of your mat space. Breath in, halfway lift. Breath out, forward fold. Breathe in, chair. You should be really good at chair pose by now. Exhale, drinking a bird. Breathe in, single leg mountain. Your right knee lifts this go round. And exhale, figure four. Pause to breathe. And you know, there's no fault in, like, if you're by a couch or something, giving yourself a little tap for balance. I've got a lot of people who use the wall in class. This week I actually had a student who just put his foot right up on the mirror for balance there. So use what you got. Thank you for the breath, Mary Jean. Take an exhale, settle down and in. Take your clasp around your big toe. And on your breath in, extended hand to foot pose. Breathe. So you'll have some options as we flow breath to movement. You can either just kick straight without the bind, or you could find this bind on the exhale when you come into figure four so that you can kick it out. Breathe in, get a little taller, on your exhale, full airplane pose. Pause and breathe. Perhaps a little give in your standing leg knee. So here's the great thing. Every posture, you can have a little conversation with it. Actually listen in, because the postures talk to you. And they'll tell you what you need to work on. They'll tell you what you've already got mastered. That's how we start to make inroads in the practice. Low lunge on your next exhale. Breathe in, full crescent pose. Now, if you need, straighten your front leg for a moment. Let that new blood flow come in, and then come deeper into your lunge. You need those sort of precious fluids to really bring out the toxins and carry back all the things that we no longer need. Breathe in, palms touch. Exhale, revolve crescent to the left. Breathe here. Tailbone stays really steady, so the sacrum does not move at all. You might even feel your right butt cheek kind of reinforce that hip, making it a little bit more buoyant and crisp. Exhale together. Breathe in, open your wings. And let's stay for a few more breaths. You might even create a little bit more space underneath your side body here. Elevate that rib cage. Yes, great form. Breathe in. Exhale, open through Star Skandasana, back of your mat. And we'll take a nice pause just to see what's here for us now. Do we feel this? I did this the other day and I felt everything. I thought it was such a good antidote to the sitting. I don't know if any of you are sitting recently, but I'm doing a lot of sitting recently. Breathe out. Breathe in, left arm high. Let's take just a little bit of rotation here. Good. Breathe in. Breath out, top of the mat, low lunge, stable navel back towards your internal organs. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg up and back. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. That's our full standing series there. I think we should flow it breath to movement just to kind of get all that junk out, make room for the new. Breathe in, heels lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Breathe in your favorite chair pose. Exhale, drinking bird. Breathe in, single leg mountain. Your left knee pops up first. Exhale, figure four. Breathe in, kick forward, straight leg. Exhale, full airplane and land in low lunge in the same breath. Breathe in, full crescent pose. Reach up, perhaps you look up. Exhale, revolve crescent to your right. Breathe in, open wings, chin comes up. Exhale, Skandasana, back of your mat, big old windmill. Nice job, ladies. Breathe in, right arm high. Exhale, low lunge. Breathe in, three-legged dog, right leg up and back. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Breathe in, chest and heart lead. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Breath in, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, chair pose. Breath out, drinking bird, heels lift. Inhale, single leg mountain, right knee proliferates. Exhale, figure four. Get that clasp if you want the clasp. Breathe in, kick forward and straighten. Exhale, full airplane to low lunge. Breath in, crescent pose. Breath out, revolved crescent pose. Breathe in, open arms, open heart. Exhale, Skandasana. Breathe in, open arms. And exhale, low lunge. Breathe in, left leg kicks up and back, heavy through right heel. Exhale, chaturanga, last one today. And exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to change it up and layer on. Breathe in, heels lift, please. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breath out, relax and release. Breathe in, chair. And exhale, drinking bird. Breathe in, single leg mountain, left knee up. And exhale, tree with half lotus. So we're here, knee points down, and only if it feels comfortable on your knee, or else you could do regular tree pose. Okay, so you've got some options. I'll dig my heel up into like my large intestine here. This is actually a cleansing technique. Left arm wraps around for left big toe or right bicep. Now slowly, just to fold in half. This is again where a block comes in handy. Right arm can come up. And we're breathing, yes. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Good, continue here. I'm going to scoot back so you can see my foot on the next posture. I think it's important. Take your exhale here, bend into your standing leg knee, and then on your inhale, let's come to tiptoe pose. So we're just down here, and if this does not feel good, You can definitely come to figure four with a raised heel instead. This is a lot of work. It shouldn't be easy. Does anyone feel this? Yeah. Breathe in. Exhale, come back into your folded tree. Ooh. Breathe in very slowly, single leg mountain. Take all the time you need to get there. Exhale, full airplane to low lunge. Ha, I feel a difference. Breathe in, full crescent pose. Exhale, warrior two. Ha, settle in. So one of these sides is not like the other anymore, correct? Breathe in, straighten your front leg, please. And exhale, let's land in triangle pose for a few breaths. Whew. Great. There's a lot of things to clean out, right? One thing, we just want to prevent dis-ease in the body so we can focus on higher callings. But we also want to remove blockages in our energy, within the fluids of the body, within the lymph. We all want to be really healthy right now, but most importantly for me is shining up my soul. There's always going to be something that needs a little bit of soap, a little bit of shine in the soul, in the emotional canon. There's always going to be something. And so don't be afraid to notice without judgment what those things are. Slowly, over time, just beginning to see them and open up your awareness to them so that you can serve them. Take your exhale. Breathe in, star pose, really nice and big. Exhale, wide-legged forward, hold. Let's take a pause here. If you would like, we're going to do this on the other side as well. So if on one side you would like headstand, handstand, or a crow, some sort of arm balance, you're more than welcome to do that. The simplicity of this posture is just magical for the nervous system. You don't have to overthink it. You don't even have to know what these practices do or dissect them to get the benefit. Yogis have been doing these sort of purification techniques for mind, body, and spirit for thousands of years. They had no science, they had no research. All they had was the proof that they saw within themselves. So sometimes it's nice to just settle in the simplicity of the practice. Breathe out. Breathe in, halfway lift. And as you exhale, runner's lunge toward the top of your mat. Let's get in a little quad stretch for those of you who feel as though you've been sitting as well. I'll do it from the side here just to show you that I don't even need a bind to kick up through my back leg and feel a little bit more through my left hamstring. My left quadriceps out there. Okay? So if that feels good to you, go ahead and buy that option. If not, just take it back off. How's everyone feeling, okay? Good. And we'll have our hands to the inside of our front foot and knee knocked out to the side just a little bit more. Perfect. Take a big breath in. Exhale, activate your runner's lunge. Take your back knee up and off of the floor. Inhale, three-legged dog. And exhale, bend, twist, open. You can flip your dog if you have space. Just go ahead and brush stroke the sky with a nice fluid, free arm. Inhale, come on back. Exhale, downward dog. Breathe in, heels rise, please. Last time through, exhale, fold in half at the top of your space. Breath in, halfway lift. Breath out, forward fold. Breathe in, chair. Last time, I know you're really sad about this. Exhale, drinking bird. Breathe in, one-legged mountain. Right knee. And exhale, we'll do our little half lotus tree or tree, and we'll fold in half. So you'll want to just test how the hip feels, how the knee feels. And then this time, right arm comes over and around for right big toe, or left tricep. And we'll start to just fold in half nice and slowly. If the breath escapes you, you've gone too far. exhale, bend into your standing leg knee, perhaps hands to the floor, and then breathe in for toe stand. So I'll skip back so you can actually see my foot. There's a couple different variations you could do. One could be very flat-footed. Okay, you need some ankle flexibility for that one. Or you can releve, find a spot that appeals to your gaze, and stay here. This should be a lot of work, and it doesn't even matter if you feel successful or unsuccessful in it. You are going to get something out of it if you just work at it, okay? Whether it's balance, or maybe the removal of your ego when you fall. Okay, hands to the earth, inhale. Exhale, straighten that bottom leg. Ooh, it should feel good. Slowly inhale, single leg mountain. Exhale, low lunge. Whew. Breathe in, crescent pose. And exhale, warrior two. Nice job, everyone. We're gonna stop in warrior two for just 3 breaths to get our spacing, heel to arch alignment. Exhale. Breathe in, straighten your left leg. And exhale, triangle pose. Breathe. I don't know if anyone here has a neti pot in their house. Yeah? I know some of you do at home. These are really old yogic techniques. There's this like ingestion of salt water to clear out the digestive system. There's so many different techniques. And so yogis have been obsessed with the removal of obstacles for a very long time, on every sort of level, simply so that they could have an easier time meditating, not having the distraction. Lean back for these last 2 breaths. Feel a little bit of a stretch on the top side of the body. Breathe out. Breath in, star. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, second side. And I'd like to remind you, if you do come into a headstand on this side, to tuck your chin under. I've seen a lot of people throughout my teaching career with undue pressure on their cervical spine. So pause the video after you listen to me. Tuck the chin in so you're at the very top of your head, and you feel as though this is a straight rod instead of like a little curved C back there in the neck. Okay? Hug your elbows in. Take care of yourself and go nice and slow. Don't break anything expensive. I don't have expensive things in my house. Like, I have kids, I have dogs, I have cats. There's nothing expensive. So the chandeliers I'm talking about, I actually hung myself because it was cheaper. Gotta save the money when you can. Okay, take your exhale, please. Breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, runner's lunge, top of your mat. Your chance to get all of that heat that you garnered and just start to disseminate it through the tissues. And I'm going to be your mother for like 2 seconds here. None of this really matters if you don't have the other parts of the equation. So if you're doing power yoga, you're an athlete. You need to be hydrating really properly to remove all the things that we're trying to shift out and away. Just like hydrating after a good massage or, eating good foods, you need those other sort of pure practices as well. Okay, mom talk done. Great. Let's take 3 more breaths to just let those tissues elongate and unguard. Breathe out with me, please. Breath in, 3-legged dog. Come on up and back. Exhale, bend, twist open, or flip your dog. Create some space. Yeah. And I'll say it for years, I've never seen anyone get hurt flipping their dog, so if you want to try it, just make sure you've got enough space. Give it a try. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop to your knees, please. Come around onto your seat. Whew, you guys are working hard. So we've got just a tiny bit of core, and then you are down for the count. I'd like you to start in just a nice moderate boat. Whatever that means to you. Moderation means different things to different people. So mine might be just parallel shins to the earth, breastbone up into my thumbs. But the more you lean back, the more muscle fibers I feel like, at least in my experience, turn on in that trunk of my torso, in those stabilizers. Great. Breathe in, exhale, release. Let's come to either full lotus or easy pose is probably the thing that is most accessible for people. And we'll try on scale. Now scale is just lifting your whole body, simple as that. And if your body doesn't lift up, guess what? Doesn't matter, you're still gonna get the strength from it. I happen to have a huge wingspan of arms, so I can lift myself. If you're not able to, please don't worry about it. Just come with me now. Man, I wish we had blocks. Okay, so just prop yourself up. Yeah, and if you don't rise up, notice that you can still activate your core and push the earth away a lot. Very nice, breathe in, breath out, shake it off. Okay, one last boat. It can be a big old boat here, but it's the last thing to really burn some energy. It could be a low boat to activate transverse abdominis. Good. We have one thing in common. Wherever you land, your gaze is in one spot that's comfortable. Awesome. Where'd the breath go? Bring it back for the next 2 breaths. There we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Breathe in. Breath out, come back up to a seat. Let's try scale one more time. If I were teaching this class and it wasn't during this weird year, I would have everybody have a block on the left and a block on the right. That will set you up for success. So if you have blocks, go for it. And let's just try it one more time. Yep, lifting, lifting, lifting. Or not lifting and just trying to lift. Big breath in. Breath out, release, shake out the hands. And we'll come into low boat here. And we'll just come down to our mats very, very slowly. So breathe in low boat. Good. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower all the way to a hover. A hover. A hover. Yes, there you are. Breathe in again. And exhale, relax all the way onto the floor. Let's take a back bend of your choice to counteract that boat activity and our scale postures. So if wheel is in your wheelhouse, no pun intended, or if you want bridge, those can all be really nice ideas. On your exhale, set up for bridge or wheel. On your breath in, simply lift. And then stay to conversate with the posture and the shape. Breathe in, breath out, come all the way down. Last posture is happy baby. If that doesn't suit you, you know what to do, change it. And perhaps the most important purification tool to the yogis was meditation. Because meditation settles all of that muddiness and murkiness in the mind so that we can see clearly, so that we can think clearly, so that we can connect with reality, ourselves, and each other, and what's important. So as I ask you to take a one-pointed focus in just a moment, doesn't matter what you think about it, doesn't matter how many times the mind strays, if you're bored, if you're excited about it, doesn't matter. Just stick with it and bring the mind back to one thing every time it wanders for Savasana. So as you lay your body out here for Savasana, and you kind of cup your shoulder blades back and behind the heart to gently lift the heart, you can do that now. I'd like you to soften your gaze or close your eyes. Begin to release any ujjayi, victorious breath that you've been donning throughout your practice. And simply perseverate on the temperature and feeling of the breath entering and exiting the nostril. Big breath in, and exhale into Savasana. I'll be here in just a moment to guide you out. Take a cleansing breath in. Follow the sensation and the temperature all the way back out. Breathe in, take a smile, a stretch. And as we exhale, we'll just press our palms together at heart center. This principle of sausha, cleanliness, it doesn't come natural to me. Either does discipline. It's something I've had to cultivate, and one of the most important aspects is finding some joy in the discipline of doing these purification practices. So I want to thank you guys, whether I've seen you today or you're part of our online community for the time being. I value you so much. Thank you for being a part of a community that truly uplifts one another in this practice. Namaste.
Namaste.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. You guys did a wonderful job. Thank you for letting me talk at you for a few moments. Share these with people that you think might need them. I know keeping up our mental health and our self-care is of utmost importance right now. So please share these practices so that you might uplift others as well. Take care, everybody.